Hey everybody, it's Doug Schauf with Remax Oceanside of Make Maine Your Home.com. In this week's episode, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to talk about a day in the life of a real estate broker. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be a real estate broker? Well, today you're going to be able to follow me around all day long. So let's do this. All right, guys, so hey, like I said, you're going to be able to follow me around all day, and I got an interesting day coming up. But before we get into that, I thought I'd show you quickly like what I do in the morning, what I eat. So check this out real quick, and then we'll hit the road. Protein shake for breakfast, protein shake for lunch, tea, caffeine. Every morning I do try to read a little bit of a book. I'm in the middle of reading a book called The Power of Habit. It seems to be a great book so far. I'll let you know what it's like when I'm done. And of course, I got a little bit of work to do. Got to print off some stuff for the closing before I head up to Harpswell. So let's do this. Now that we're hitting the road, normally first thing in the morning, I'll head to the office and kind of make a bunch of phone calls, kind of touch base with a lot of people. But since I got to hit the road and go to a closing this morning, I'm going to do that later in the day today, although I also have a virtual conference to do in the afternoon. I brought a piece of paper with a bunch of people on it that I need to touch base with, about 4 or 5, 6 people that I need to call that I'm going to do from the road. So we'll do that. But for now, we're leaving Cape Elizabeth. We're going to head up to Harpswell. Got some people buying a place up there. We're going to do a final walkthrough and then head over to Topsom for the title company to do the closing on the property. So let's go. Oh man, the view's coming into Harpswell. So good. Took a wrong turn coming out of Harpswell, but we made it to the title company. I'll fill you in on more details after closing, give you an update of how this morning went on the way up. I had to take a couple phone calls and get some things straightened out. Day in the life of being a realtor. Here we are. All right, guys, closing is complete for this morning. We had some great clients buying a house in Harpswell. The drama that we had this morning was my clients buying the place that they're buying had to wait for a check to clear in order to get their the cash available for the house, and it was supposed to clear this morning. Luckily, it did. But then also about 15 minutes before I arrived to the final walkthrough, the listing broker called me and said, hey, CMP here, the electric company, is turning off the power. So my clients had to call, and we had to get the power turned back on and all that kind of stuff. So a little bit of drama right before the closing, but all went smooth. Now we got to head back to Cape Elizabeth for a listing appointment. So let's go. So if you're wondering how a broker eats lunch, I bring a protein shake with me. This is my lunch that I'm going to drink on the way back down to Cape Elizabeth. Otherwise, I'd stop and grab something. But this is what I do most days if I'm out and about. Protein shake. Gotta head into the bank on my way to Cape Elizabeth for my listing appointment. Gotta deposit money from the closing. Another pit stop before my listing appointment. This is one of the things about being a real estate broker. There's always like little stops that you gotta, like quick ones. You're always like, on my way to that, I'll stop and do this. On my way to that, I'll stop quick and do that. Always something to do. So on my way to my listing appointment, I got to swing by. I own a single-family house in Cape Elizabeth here that I have for rent, and I just need to swing by, take some pictures of a couple things. So I got to do that, which should only take a minute, and then I'm going to hightail out to the listing appointment. Back into Cape Elizabeth. So I'm heading over to a house right now. The owner is considering selling it, so I got to go through with them a value report. So I'm showing them, what we think it will be worth. I'll show them what they're going to net out of it, after all their costs and paying off all their liens and stuff like that, and commissions and everything. And I'll show them the net number and see if it makes sense for them to sell it. And that's about all I can tell you about that right now, unless if they decide to list their house right away and go with me, then I will share with you all the information, which by the time you watch this video, this might have already come in packs. I will check in with you after my appointment. And then we got to go back to the office and log into a virtual conference that I'm taking part in or watching for 3 days. I just had to take the morning off of the conference to do all this stuff. All right, guys. Hey, I'm finally back at the office after running around for most of the day. Geez, it's been a busy day so far, but it's let's see, what time is it? It's about almost 2:30, which is when my conference comes back in. I missed the whole morning, but after lunch break, because the conference is in Dallas, but our time, everything gets back into session at 2:30. So I'm back here at the office, going to be spending the rest of the day in the conference room. I'll kind of show you here. So I'm going to bring up the conference on my tablet here. I'm going to put it up on the big screen TV, put my feet up, hang out, and learn a bunch of stuff. So that's great. So right now I'm kind of scrambling to get a few things done. Had a great morning. Excited to do the afternoon here on this conference. And then after that, it's hockey night. I get to go play hockey tonight. So let's do this. Right now I'm the only one here in the office, in the conference room, watching the conference. We've had other brokers coming in and out throughout this conference time, but I'm alone right now, so I thought I'd check in and show you this is what I'm doing this afternoon. Learning about how to use my time in the best way to service you. Now we're hearing from the marketing genius, Seth Godin. If you have ever seen him or read anything, you know who he is. Brilliant man. It's good to hear from him. All right, so the conference is over. I'm back at home. I just had a little bit of dinner. It's about 6:30, so now it's time to change, get ready, and go off to hockey and play hockey from 7:20 to 9:30. It's one of my favorite nights of the week. Heading into the Family Ice Center in Falmouth. Oh yeah, let's do this. All right, everybody, the day is finally over. I made it home from hockey. It's about 10 o'clock at night, and I'm ready to hit the hay. So, good night. Thank you for following me on my journey today. It's been a long day, but it's been a fun day. And again, I appreciate you hanging in there and seeing what a day in a life in a real estate broker is all about. So if you have any questions or comments, hit me up below. And remember, if you make Maine your home, you don't have to do it alone. I'm getting old.